Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Gianluca Masi is speaking on the behalf of the Virtual Telescope Project. It is a very special pleasure for me to be here tonight because not only we are going to share something special as usual with the Virtual Telescope, but we are also going to introduce a very important partnership that we started recently, and our close friends already know what is up in the air. I will introduce all this shortly, but first of all, I want to thank all of you for joining this live feed. We are going to observe live no less than the Potentially Hazardous Asteroids 1989 JA, an object that I have seen around on all the international media, but while we call it potentially hazardous, please understand, nothing bad is going to happen. It is just for us the opportunity to have fun looking up, and it is also this is a chance for us to understand what the technology is making possible. Something very special, because I am in Rome. The telescope we are using, and we'll tell you more about that soon, is in Chile in South America, and each of you is likely at home at work. So this is a truly technological event with everyone somewhere on this beautiful planet, and of course all this is just possible thanks to the technology making our days so amazing and well worth to be enjoyed. I'm very proud to introduce, as I told you, a very important partnership, because we announced this earlier this week, last Monday, that is, we joined in a partnership a very important project that is Telescope Live. So after this Monday, we started working together with Telescope Live, and this partnership between the Virtual Telescope Project and Telescope Live is really going to bring to you something never seen before, because for the very first time, both the Southern and the Northern Hemispheres, I mean the whole sky, is available for you to be explored under the guidance of a professional astrophysicist. This is something the Virtual Telescope has been doing for quite a lot of years now, but we were limited to the northern sky, where we are with our telescopes in Italy. Now, thanks to this amazing company, Telescope Live, we are able to use, thanks to their kindness, their amazing telescopes in the Southern Hemisphere as well, in Australia and in Chile. And I'm very proud that this happened, because this way we can really share with you everything in the universe where we live, no matter if it is happening in the Southern or in the Northern Hemisphere. And I will tell you a bit more about Telescope Live. The next events we will run in the framework of this partnership, we'll have also a guest from Telescope Live, but tonight I'm running alone because I really wanted that everything was going to work smoothly using the typical format, because there is a lot of technology behind this event tonight, because trust me, this is very complex, but I hope it will be enjoyable and it will bring to you the beauty of the sky. We share the same sky, we share all around this planet. And before starting, I also want to bring to you the greetings from by Marco Rocchetto, CEO of Telescope Live. And we talked with Marco several times, and I want to say that I'm very proud that his company is now such a precious and important partner of the Virtual Telescope Project, because this will make possible for us to do amazing things, and together we can do much better respect what we could do alone. And here it is, Marco, greetings. And this message is a video, because Marco and his colleagues were attending in California the Imaging Advanced Conference in California, and Telescope Live was an important actor there. And I want to thank Marco that despite the many duties abroad, he wanted to just to send his greetings to all of you. So I'm just preparing his message, and here it is.
Hello, my name is Marco and I'm the founder of Telescope Live. I'm sorry if I can't be with you today, but I've been traveling in the US at the Advanced Imaging Conference, and right now I'm actually flying back to Europe. I just wanted to connect to say hi to everybody and say that I'm very proud of this new collaboration with the Virtual Telescope Project. And we hope to make all these telescopes available to you and to the Virtual Telescope Project and bring the universe closer to you. Thank you very much and enjoy the show.
I apologize. I apologize because I forgot to switch on my audio. Sorry. I just was saying that I was happy and I wanted to thank Marco for and his colleagues for sharing the same excitement after we started discussing this partnership now being real between the Virtual Telescope Project and Telescope Live. And this is really bringing to you something very special because, as I said, for the first time, we are really ready to explore both the southern and the northern skies in real time. I will tell more about Telescope Live, our new partner during this live feed, and I also want to thank the other technological partners of the Virtual Telescope projects, and they are Unitron Italia Instruments, Software Bisq, C-Web, Santa Barbara Instruments Group, and Planewave Instruments. That said, I want to tell that the telescope we are using is in Chile. It is an amazing telescope made available thanks to our partner Telescope Live, and this telescope is under one of the best skies of the world, that is in the Chilean desert. Really, the sky there is something really amazing. I've been working there for some part of my life and I really remember that beautiful sky. And the telescope we are going to use is just this one, and you can really understand how amazing the telescope is. It is a 24 inches large telescope, 60 centimeters, and the news here is that everyone listening to me can use actually this telescope for her or his own astronomical needs. And by the way, I really suggest you to visit the Telescope Live website, that is telescope.live. Just digit this telescope.live in your browser and you will really discover a new way to image the sky, unveil the beauty of the cosmos personally. And I'm very proud that we started this partnership with them. And this telescope is actually already tracking the asteroid, and I really want to share with you the live view we are getting. And that said, here we are with the console of the telescope. Here it is. This is the system, the software we are using to control this telescope in Chile, part of the advanced network of Telescope Live. They also have a telescope in Europe, in Spain, again under a very dark sky, and another telescope is in Australia. Actually, there are several instruments installed on each of these sites, and I really find their network amazing. When I discovered Telescope Live for the first time, it was matter of seconds because I fell in love with their work, with their what they were doing, and I really hoped to discuss with them to have such a partnership, and that happened. So this is the console, this is the telescope we are just using together. This telescope is in Chile, my friends. Please understand what the technology is making possible and what this partnership between the Virtual Telescope Project and Telescope Live is making possible. I'm amazed to see these constellations like Centaurus, which is a typical southern constellation, and the asteroid we are observing is just somewhere inside that constellation. And for example, this star here is the closest stars, Alpha Centauri, and I must admit I am very excited that for the first time the virtual telescope can share such a very beautiful southern sky live with all of you. Okay, this is the large field of view centered on the current position of the asteroid. Let's ask the system just to show the area in such a close-up. This is just a star map, I understand. You can see there are a number of stars. Here it is the asteroids. You can see this red dot, and we also have some very accurate positions plotted inside this software. But the most important thing, my friends, is that we have a very sensitive camera installed on such state-of-the-art amazing telescope already working. And this is the image. The friends of the virtual telescope are used to see something like this because we are using the same software. What is happening here is simply this. The telescope was asked to point the asteroid, okay, and now we are taking images back to back. Every image is capturing the light for 20 seconds, and every time an image is saved, a new one is started back to back. And I guess if you can recognize where the asteroid is, and there is just a way, there is just a suggestion I can give you. You can see there are many stars here. The sky in Chile is incredibly dark, one of the best in the world. So if you really want to take the best astrophotography, you can just contact Telescope Live, and they will offer you the best telescopes available, as well as other services I will be mentioning later. But so many stars. Where is the asteroid? This asteroid is coming relatively close, and in about 12 hours it will be at 4 million kilometers from us. While it is a huge distance, it is more than 10 times the average lunar distance, but it is close for being an asteroid, okay? So in a handful of seconds, 20 seconds like we are using now, this asteroid is moving pretty fast, and it should be seen in motion. So friends, look here. I will just want to zoom a bit on this image, and I want to adjust contrast and brightness. And you can easily see that in the center of the field of view here, we don't have a sharp dot of light. We just have a little trail, and image after image, look, this one is updating. This is, friends, is the Potentially Hazardous Asteroids 1989 JA, tracked, observed in real time with a telescope in Chile under one of the best skies in the world, brought to you thanks to this very important partnership between the Virtual Telescope Project and Telescope Live. Image after image, this asteroid is slowly moving south. I could track this object from Italy over the past couple of months, but now this object is only visible from the Southern Hemisphere, and it is a clear, very bright demonstration of the importance of our partnership with our friends of Telescope Live, because without their amazing support, without this partnership, we were not able to share this object because it is simply not visible from Italy. And I really understand that this introductory event can brightly show you the potential of such a partnership. While we are speaking, this object is more or less at 4.5 millions of kilometers. I said that the minimum distance will be reached in about 12 hours by now, and for this, in 12 hours more or less, we will have another live feed from Australia, again thanks with the partnership with Telescope Live, and at that time it will be just at its minimum distance. Quite curiously, now it is brighter, because while it is still slowly approaching, the relative position between the asteroid, the Earth and the Sun is just giving now the brightest appearance to this object, while it will be closer later on, it will be already fading. This is the magic of asteroids, and look how this one is slowly moving. I'm truly amazed seeing this. And again, this event is really showing how important is this new partnership between the Virtual Telescope Project and Telescope Live. What made Telescope Live amazing to my first visit to their website was the clear impression that they really worked hard, like my team at Virtual Telescope, to offer the best service possible. They are really using the best technology available, the best telescopes available. We are using a professional grade telescope, and no matter this, it is extremely easy to be used. And I strongly suggest you to visit their website. The address is telescope.live, and once there you can discover what they are offering to you. Not only the possibility to take images on demand, your very own images. You can also serve their immense database with tens of thousands of images of celestial objects of very high quality, because let me say this, they are taking images every clear night, but they are clearly checking that every image is just bringing to you the perfection you do expect from such an advanced service. And I was amazed to get that feeling from their website. I really surfed what they were saying on that website, and I was really amazed to see such a company really succeeding making astrophotography, no matter the advanced telescope, so easy for everyone. They also offer plenty of tutorials with the most famous astrophotographers, and you can just go there and check by yourself. And I will do this myself, because while I've been doing a lot of science with my telescopes, I never did astrophotography, and maybe that thanks to their help I can start this kind of activity myself, my friends. So I strongly suggest you to visit our partner's website, Telescope Live, and that is telescope.live. And by the way, you can of course also subscribe some of their plans, and please understand that to celebrate such a partnership, Telescope Live was very kind just to offer to you a very special if you subscribe now, you can just use a coupon virtual telescope, just a single word there, and this will make possible for you to have an important discount. But you can check every detail also on the Virtual Telescope website if you check just the page describing this live event. So go there and just discover what they can do for you. And this experience, this visit of their website made me really happy to write them, to discuss, and together we really worked to have such a partnership now real. And this is a clear proof of what this partnership can really bring to you, my friends. We are tracking live the Potentially Hazardous Asteroid 1989 JA from Chile in South America. We are using 60 centimeters, 24 inches large telescope, a state-of-the-art professional grade telescope, and no matter the truly advanced instrumentation we are using, this is just very simple to use, because the Telescope Live team, as the people at Virtual Telescope, really love to work hard to bring to you the universe, but in a very easy way. So find your way to the stars thanks to the Virtual Telescope project if you want to explore the cosmos under the guidance of a professional astrophysicist, but also consider to do this by yourself, tracking your own passion, just looking around, using the best telescopes available in the world on under the best skies of this beautiful planet, thanks to the advanced network of telescopes offered by Telescope Live. And this asteroid, the Potentially Hazardous Asteroid 1989 JI, is a quite large object. Its diameter is estimated to be 1.8 kilometers, so this is a very huge asteroid. And while it is still far from us, because it is 4 million kilometers, it is very close considering the typical distance of an average asteroid, but it is still more than 10 times the lunar distance. But being that large, this object can be seen even through very small telescopes right now. And we are using here a truly amazing and powerful and state-of-the-art telescope. Please note how sharp the stars are. And when we started this live feed, we were just at the very beginning of the Chilean night, when the sky is still settling. Despite this, images are truly sharp and really wonderful. I must say, as a professional astronomer, that I'm amazed to see what we are able to do with the technology, but in particular what we can do if we install these beautiful telescopes under the best skies of the world. This is something that our partners and friends at Telescope Live did for you. So just check with them, and I'm sure that they will offer you the right option to explore the universe by yourself. And while we are tracking this object, I still want to share with you some of the images we captured these past days. And here it is, for example, an image we collected a few days ago, 10 days ago, from Australia, using again a telescope from our partners Telescope Live. You can see the object, the asteroid, marked by an arrow, but you can also see some vertical streaks, and they were artificial satellites. This telescope, we will discover this telescope in about 12 hours, when we will host our second live feed covering these asteroids around its flyby. This telescope is completely different from the one we are using, because the telescope we use here is a large field of view telescope, which is perfect to image the many large astronomical treasures we have in the southern sky. And I'm happy that we can share even now some images taken from Australia. But please take note, we will run another live feed using the Australian telescope in about saying 13 hours by now, but all the details are available on both the virtualtelescope.au website as well as on telescope.live. Again, I want to show you another image from Chile. This is actually an animation we made together with Ernesto Guido, a dear friend and a very precious member of the Telescope Live team. Perhaps some of you know Ernesto because he is a very experienced observer of minor planets and comets, and look how this object was moving through the field of view a few days ago. This image was taken 4 days ago. The next day, again from Chile, we could capture this. I was using this telescope with Ernesto for testing, and Ernesto during the night scheduled on the advanced scheduling software of the telescope to capture this image, and we were lucky, you see. And this is again the asteroid. And this one is again from Australia a couple of days ago, and again you can easily recognize the asteroid using my previous suggestion. The asteroid is moving across the stars, but if you track the asteroid, of course, you see the asteroid lies like a sharp dot of light, and all the stars on the background, please understand that the stars are much more distant than the asteroid, are leaving trails because the telescope is just tracking the asteroid. And of course, this one, the last one, the latter, is just showing us a very sharp dot of light. I must say that I started tracking this asteroid very early from Italy, and this is an image taken from Italy via the Virtual Telescope Project main unit on the April April the 10th. Here it is, and look how faint it was at the time. It is a pale dot of light, and also see how slowly it was moving, to the point that it is a sharp dot of light as the stars, because it was still very slow, and it was not showing any movement against the stars. But day after day, week after week, it was getting closer and brighter, and perhaps at some point you can also see that it was even moving faster and faster, because now, this is an image taken 2 weeks ago, star trails start to show, because it was just coming closer, moving faster, and tracking it made stars trailing. And 1 week later, look how fast it was moving, and so on. And I must say, I was able to track almost every clear night while it was visible from Italy. My telescope is about 100 kilometers south of Rome, and the sky I have at my observatory is absolutely not comparable with the amazing sky our friends of Telescope Live have. So we will really suggest all our users, if they want to use a robotic telescope remotely, to just consider to join the Telescope Live network, my friends. And I also suggest you to visit their social media. They have a very beautiful Instagram profile, just sharing very frequently amazing pictures of the night sky made by the most celebrated astrophotographers worldwide. And I easily understand why they have chosen to have Telescope Live on their side to image the wonders of the cosmos, because Telescope Live is offering the best telescopes available. They are very easy to use, and they are under the best skies of the world. What else? I think this is just the Eden for every enthusiast willing to take her or his own astronomical images. Just another image, a couple of images from the very past night. And yesterday, for example, the asteroid was at its brightest, and while it was poorly visible from Italy, I still could capture this. And look now, it is now time for us to switch again to the live feed, because very likely this is what made you curious to join this experience. And now you can see that the asteroid is, the asteroid here is approaching the apparent hand of the star of the field of view, but this is a very large field of view, while this telescope is truly powerful. It has, as I said, a diameter of 24 inches, that is 60 centimeters. A fantastic telescope, my friends. It also has a huge field of view, and you can see that we are really tracking these bright asteroids while it is slowly moving from one corner to the other corner of the field of view. I also want to adjust contrast and brightness a bit, just to make sure that you can easily understand much better the length of the trail this object is leaving. As I said, Potentially Hazardous Asteroid 1989JA is quite large, that is 1.8 kilometers. The source for this information is the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and so this is a very reliable estimates. And we also know that this huge rock is rotating, is spinning pretty fast, and I have read estimates telling that in 2.6 hours this object is completing a full rotation around its axis. So it is a very interesting object. And please let me say this one, it is not going to hit the Earth, because at its closest it will be more than 10 times the lunar distance. So it is very hard to say that this is going to hit us. And let me say, friends, I have read somewhere very ridiculous stories and articles on several websites saying that this was a dangerous asteroid, really a joke. This one is 10 times more distant than the moon. If you are fearing that this object is going to hit us, what about the moon, which is 10 times closer, my friends? It is gently moving, crossing the field of view of the beautiful telescope we are using, and once again I want to show you the telescope we are using here to bring to you this masterpiece of the solar system, this Potentially Hazardous Asteroid. This is the telescope we are using, part of the advanced network of remote robotic telescopes made available by Telescope Live, the new partner of the Virtual Telescope project. I also want to tell you a bit more about asteroids, because of course we are tracking this. This object has no privacy for us tonight, but asteroids are very important because we now know that they are what was left of the pristine material which made possible to the planets to form in the very ancient days, the early days of our solar system, my friends. Now these asteroids are mainly left between Mars and Jupiter, and that is a very special region of our solar system, and we call that region the asteroid belt. And this is why I love observing asteroids, because I mean, they can tell us many things about the early solar system, and by studying asteroids we can learn about our very own origins, you know. And for me this is honestly something truly amazing. I also want to show you another things, if you don't mind. Here we are, because I really want also to make clear what the near-Earth asteroids are, because I say asteroids are what we have still around the Sun of the original stones which were used to build the planets more than 4 billion of years ago. But part of those stones are still living between Mars and Jupiter, because that region of the solar system made impossible for them to come together and build a small single object, because they are suffering of the perturbation by Jupiter. Jupiter is just behind the shoulder of the asteroid belt, and its perturbation is just mixing, the asteroid population, making possible for them to create a single small object. But not only this, but from time to time several dynamical mechanisms, including again the effects of Jupiter, can just take an asteroid away from the asteroid belt, putting that object on a different orbit, perhaps bringing it in the inner solar system. And that is a source of the near-Earth asteroids. And those objects, the near-Earth asteroids, are of very great interest for us because in principle an asteroid reaching the inner solar system is just entering a region of space where the orbit of the Earth is, where we are living. And in principle an asteroid just approaching the Earth orbit can even impact the Earth. This is not science fiction because this happened several times. Last time it happened a few weeks ago when a small asteroid just reached the Earth in the very north of our planet. So this happens, and we understood that asteroids can live in the inner solar system, they can cross the Earth orbit, and from time to time they can hit our beautiful planet. And as we really don't want to do the end, we don't want to share the fate of dinosaurs, we prefer to keep looking up, mapping the near-Earth object population, and hopefully understand if one of them is just going to eat us, and in case we really want to work to mitigate that risk. So please understand that we are working every night, every day to discover them, understand if near-Earth objects are eventually eating the Earth, and in case we are studying what to do to mitigate such a risk. Meantime, as you can see, we are approaching the border of our field of view, and we will now ask our telescope to just center again these objects. And I'm amazed that we could observe the motion of this object for about 45 minutes just using the same field of view. This is also giving you an idea of how large the field of view of this beautiful telescope is. Now time for us to go back to the map, and now I want to I'm sorry, let me ask the telescope to point again this object. I will stop taking images right now because I need to ask the telescope to point the object again, and I will use a very advanced feature of this telescope, that is point the object, done, take an image, and this thing is happening now. I want to share this in real time. You know, at Virtual Telescope we really share everything we do. It is like if you were sitting just beside us. Okay, I just need to adjust brightness and contrast because we are changing parameters here. So we asked the telescope to center again the asteroid. The telescope did so. Now the telescope is taking an image. It is checking if if the object was regularly pointed. Otherwise the system is going to correct. In other words, we really want the asteroid very close to the field of view. Please understand that this is magic, something impossible to do 10 years ago. Now let's start again taking images, and let's see if we can find the asteroid again. You know, just wait for the new image and see if you see any long trail, and that is the asteroid. I want to repeat this again just in case you join this live feed now. We are using okay, where is the objects? Where are you, asteroids? Perhaps let me see if this is the object, my friends. Here it is. Okay, it is moving. I was saying this, we are observing in real time Potentially Hazardous Asteroid 1989JA, and for this the Virtual Telescope project partnered with Telescope Live just to use their amazing telescopes in the right place of the world, because right now this asteroid is just visible from the Southern Hemisphere, and the Telescope Live has the state-of-the-art telescopes in the right place, in this case under the most beautiful skies of the world in Chile, South America, and we are using this amazing telescope to track this object in real time. We are taking images live, you can see, and image after image every time the countdown, the blue countdown on the left ends, a new image is uploaded and you can see that the object is moving, my friends. And again, I really want to thank Telescope Live, Marco Rocchetto, CEO of Telescope Live, and his colleagues for really sharing the same excitement when we discussed the opportunity to partner, to share the whole sky, both the southern and the northern hemisphere, with the whole planet. And I'm pretty sure that this partnership will bring to the world very exciting adventures. Telescope Live is making possible for everyone to take to all of you to take your very own images. Just visit their website telescope.live and check what they are offering, because it was their website just enough motivating me to be in touch with them and start discussing this cooperation. And since the very first minute I have found the same enthusiastic reaction, and I'm very proud to be here tonight just sharing the first live feed. This feed is of course one of the first results of such a partnership. But if you visit the telescope.live website, I'm sure you will find your very own option to explore the sky yourself, because you can use this very telescope yourself and you will be amazed to see how easy this will be. You can even surf their immense database with the many professional grade images that you can download and use even to experiment advanced image processing techniques. And of course you can even do research with this. So I'm very happy and proud that we are now partner of such a very important company. And you know, the Virtual Telescope project, since we started our adventure in 2006, was particularly we were really attracted by the idea to bring to you the beauty and the experience of the sky in real time. We did always our best to bring to you the experience without the troubles of the technicalities, and in this we really find Telescope Live like ourselves. They bring to you an amazing technology, just making possible for you to image the sky by yourself from home, but you will never see any difficulties, because they worked hard as we at the Virtual Telescope to just give you the keys to open the door on the universe without any trouble. They worked in the shadow to eliminate any problem for you, and they offer you tutorials to understand what to do to have the best results. And please trust me if I say that this can really change your way to do astronomy, my friends. We are still up and running. The asteroid is just approaching again. You can see here the border, but of course we have enough room for the asteroid because as I said, we have here a very huge field of view, my friends. How beautiful all this is, and I want to repeat that you have also a nice opportunity, because to celebrate this partnership, Telescope Live is offering now a promo code to all those just joining this live feed, and you can start now with them your 1 week free trial, and no credit card is required, by the way. And if you visit their website and you start just creating your profile, please remember that there is a promo code. The promo code is Virtual Telescope, just a single word, and this will be enough to get 50% off for your first month. And I really believe this is a precious opportunity. You can find a description of the same offer on the Virtual Telescope website. Just checking the page where we talk about this live feed. And I also want to tell that this asteroid 1.8 kilometers in diameter is just at 4.5 millions of kilometers from us. And while we are talking, this object is also moving pretty fast, because the relative speed of this object relative respect to the Earth is 13 kilometers per second. So, also a satellite trail. The sky is quite busy up there. So not only this object is huge and coming relatively close, but please, this is an absolutely safe close encounter, but it is also moving pretty fast, 13 kilometers per second. I also want to share with you another, let me see if I can find it, while we see this beautiful trail grabbed in real time, my friends. I still want to share with you this amazing animation. This is from one of our friends. It is Adriano Valvasori. This one was taken by Adriano from his private observatory in Italy. I want to thank Adriano and Ernesto as well. Ernesto is a member of the Telescope Live team for making this amazing animation available, because I really want to share with you this, just to keep in mind that there is an astronomical community looking up, and now for a while you are part of that community, because technology is bringing to you this, and all this experience is possible, just possible, thanks to the Virtual Telescope project and our partner Telescope Live. We are using an amazing telescope in South America, in Chile, under one of the best skies of the world, my friends. So I really suggest you to consider the opportunity to use these telescopes by yourself. While the Virtual Telescope project goal is to bring to you the main astronomical events like this, with the commentary by a professional astrophysicist, like a guided tour of the cosmos, Telescope Live is offering its telescope to you just to take your own astronomical images. You can take masterpieces, just check their social media, their Instagram, their Facebook page, and you will understand why I call them masterpieces. And the best astrophotographers of the planet are just using their telescopes, and if they are doing, please understand, it is a clear acknowledgement of the quality of their devices and of their service, because telescopes are just part of the offer, but they are also offering a top level service. I was amazed to check their huge database, and you can download basically every astronomical object, taking a set of images for every object, and they are professional grade images. If the images are less than perfect, they simply delete them. You will never see images that are less than perfect. And I'm also happy to remember that the Telescope Live was an important actor in the recent Advanced Imaging Conference in California, and Marco and his colleagues have been there just presenting their unique offer. And I know that Marco is still on travel, and for this he could not join this live feed, but the next time we will also have a member of the Telescope Live team just sharing with me the honor of this experience. For me, it's an honor to sit here in Rome using a superb telescope in South America and bringing to you at your very location these live images of potentially hazardous asteroid 1981 JA. I never tired to underline the magic of technology, my friends. Please keep in mind, what we are doing tonight was simply impossible 15 years ago. When the Virtual Telescope project started operations in 2006, we could run live observing sessions, just sharing images without audio, without video, because no services of these kinds were available. YouTube is quite young, and at that time we did this. We took images, we just managed to make those images available on a very simple web page, and the narration, the comment was not audio but text. I was just writing all the time like crazy to add almost in real time a text to comment the almost real time images. Things changed. Now the Virtual Telescope has been doing epic events. Really, we did something amazing. We shared, for example, falling satellites, we shared record approaching asteroids, and we shared unforgettable comets. And now, thanks to the partnership with Telescope Live, even these events will be available to the world when they will happen far from Italy. And I cannot tell you how huge is the potential of such a partnership. And again, I'm very proud to be here tonight talking and using all this, having fun with this with you. And I want to thank again my partners at Telescope Live, my friends. We are approaching the end of this live feed. I saw many people connected, and I really hope that this live feed brought to you the feeling of a real astronomer, because as usual with the Virtual Telescope project, we share everything, not only the images but even the software we use to control. It is like if you were sitting beside me. And our friends at Telescope Live understood and respected the importance of this choice of the Virtual Telescope, and they made possible for us to use the same system, because of course they have other systems mainly working in automatic fashion, just to really take the most out of their telescopes, but they were available to stop those tasks and having us just using the telescope this way, in a live real-time way. So please, I hope you understand that how important and how precious is this opportunity, friends. Here it is, the object is just approaching the end of the frame, and we are also ending our live feed. And again, I want to thank all the technological partners of the Virtual Telescope project. They are Unitron Italia Instruments, Software Bisq, C-Web, Santa Barbara Instruments Group, and Playview Instruments. And now we also want to acknowledge our last and very important partner, Telescope Live. Again, I want to thank the CEO of Telescope Live, Marco Rocchetto, and his colleagues. In particular, I want to thank Mentore Giorgetti and Ernesto Guido. Ernesto is a very good friend of mine, and I worked closely with Ernesto to test the system, just to make sure I could work. But it was really easy because they are fantastic telescopes, and it was for me just a lot of fun preparing this live feed. And thanks to this partnership, thanks to those friends, we could bring to you this potentially hazardous asteroid 1989 JA live to you from Chile, South America, from one of the very best skies in the world. When I say this, I'm not joking, because Chile is really offering perhaps the best skies on this planet, because they are dark, you have no humidity there, you have plenty of clear nights, and you have a very stable atmosphere. As an astrophysicist, I call this the heaven, and I will live in that heaven, but of course it is very far from my country, and I'm happy that Telescope Live is making possible for us to use from home those telescopes in those wonderful places, my friends. And please check the Virtual Telescope website and visit the page, the post describing this event, and there you can find a promo code just making possible for you to subscribe the services offered by Telescope Live, and they are of course personal advanced imaging. They also offer very easy, they offer very special tools, making for you extremely easy to take professional grade images, but you can also just surf their amazing and very huge database to find images you like, to get your very own images and just experimenting your very own image processing techniques. And I want to remind you that in 13 hours by now we will run another live feed, again covering this object, the Potentially Hazardous Asteroid 1989 JA from Australia, and at that time the asteroid will be at its minimum distance, so we will really change, we will go to the other side of the world, but still thanks to technology we will enjoy, we will experience in a very smooth way the state-of-the-art technology, and very likely the experience will bring to you again the beauty of the cosmos and the experience of the sky. So friends, please visit the virtualtelescope.eu website, and from there you can even join our social media, in particular Facebook and Twitter. We use those channels to bring to you everything we are doing, and sometimes even very last minute observing proposals, because sometimes asteroids are discovered just a couple of hours before they have a crazy close approach, and when this happens we are always ready to bring that to you live. So virtualtelescope.eu is our home, and please visit also the website of our partners, telescope.live. I'm pretty sure you will not be disappointed, and you will be very happy to discover such a company offering to you the best telescopes available for remote observing, and you will be amazed to see how easy it is for you to use them, and the many services, tutorials, and really just go there. It is impossible to describe, and very likely you will experience the same the same experience I had when the first time I just entered their website, to the point I really wanted to have them to be a partner of the Virtual Telescope project, and that has happened. So friends, I'm just going to close this live feed, and again I want to thank all of you for joining, friends, and I also want to thank again my friends at Telescope Live, in particular Marco Rocchetto, Ernesto Guido, and Mentore Giorgetti, for the many very fruitful and very enjoyable discussions we had these past weeks. And now together we can really bring, we can share with the world a never seen before experience that is exploring in real time, having I would say a guided tour of the whole universe, from the polar star to the Southern Cross. This was the very first event. I apologize if there was something less than perfect. I always try to do my best, but you know, all this is running live. We were using a telescope in South America. I am in Rome, you are where you are. So I find still amazing that all this can happen in such a very smooth way. So That's all from Rome. Gianluca Masi Virtual Telescope Project is thanking all of you for joining. I also want to thank all the international media for mentioning the opportunity we were offering to spot personally the potentially hazardous asteroid 1989 JA. Be sure to check the telescope.live website as well the virtualtelescope.au website. I'm pretty sure both those websites will support your love for the stars. From Rome, that's it's all. Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project. See you in about 13 hours on the same page. Again, the asteroid, potentially asteroid 1989 JA, that at that time it will be at its minimum distance. And at that time we will be spying it from Australia. Take care, keep looking up. Bye.